guys, welcome to this channel. Please subscribe and ring the note bell. I hope you like this. See you.
Aw. Thank you, Bianca. That's a notification bell, right? Yeah. Hey guys, and welcome to the space where you get inspiration on work, job, career, business, purpose, and marriage, raising children, parenting, motherhood, homemaking, and how to balance the two worlds. I'm so excited for the June series. Before I forget, I got some questions about the blocks that Blake and Bianca were playing with. I'll leave a link in the description box. Those are part of the Cradle Toy House, which is some of the things that we've done to change our business model after, we've been closed by government and can no longer be open to provide childcare for children at a center. One of the things that we've done is, now start to develop toys. So I'll leave a link for those that are interested in purchasing the wood blocks that the kids were using. But that said, though, I also need to share with you again, this is a June series and I'm sharing my motherhood journey, and more importantly, I'm sharing the basic blocks that have helped me in raising these little ones, Blake and Bianca, because of what I've heard people say about my babies, and I feel like it would be nice for me to share with you what I've been doing. Again, I will reiterate this. The foundation of my parenting comes off of how I talk with my kids and I engage with them. And I wrote a book about it on how to stop and listen to your child think, a secret that I found in developed countries that I think we can emulate, which if we put together with how we raise our African children, our children are just like, it's just catapulting them for the future that me and you are not yet aware of, and what it's going to be like for them, and just preparing them for that world. So the book, I'll leave the link in the description box. So feel free to click on it. 1st July, I'll be starting the Genius Child Parenting Mastermind, which is also based off the book Stop, Listen to Your Child Think, and helping you find the genius in each of your children. Now that is out of the way, we continue with the third building block. That's the third parenting block, the third thing that I depend on for raising my children, or that has helped me raise my children. And the third one is so important: emotional intelligence. Now, I don't know if you see that there's kind of like the way I think about it, I process it in my mind, is that it starts from them earning me earning their trust, and us building a trustworthy relationship, or building a relationship of trust. And then I build independence, right? I help them build their own independence. So imagine an independent child that trusts you, right? But then they're going to be in a world of people, right? They're going to be in a world where they are with other people, and there's a need for them to connect with these people. And so for me, the third pillar of my parenting, the third building block of my parenting, is emotional intelligence. Before we dig in, if you have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, now is the time to dig in. So let's define what emotional intelligence is, and that's where we should start. It's the ability to know, to identify, to express, to monitor and control your behavior and handle other people's behavior, right? How do you know, monitor, identify, express, and control your behavior? Know, monitor, identify, and handle other people's behavior, so that you can have a strong emotional state that can enable you, or your child in this case, self-govern, self-motivate, be self-aware, and be able to be empathetic. That is emotional intelligence. Knowing that they're going to live in a world where other people exist, and that they're able to manage their emotions and other people's, and handle other people's emotions. That's what we're going to talk about on the third pillar of raising my babies. So why do I think it's important to build emotional intelligence? One, it helps them with self-regulation, self-governance, self-motivation, self-awareness, all those self-love, those things that we are now just getting into right now. Children can do it. I mean, emotional intelligence helps them to get ready for that, right? The second thing is, if children have emotional intelligence, they're able to explain their feelings and emotions aptly, right? They're able to tell, they're able to express themselves, they're able to explain themselves. Yes, Bianca? Nothing. Are you sure? There's nothing. Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes. I'm just wondering if everybody has like all black hair.
Good question. No, some people change up their hair. Some people have red
like,
hair.
Yeah.
Some people put
yellow.
brown. Some have yellow. Some have. So not everybody has. But for us that are darker skinned, especially here in Africa, we usually have brown or black hair. Yeah.
And I colored black, like black in my eyes.
Oh, okay. So you're wondering what to do with this one's hair.
Because I didn't want it to go out of the space.
Okay.
Like in the water.
So what color are you going to put on the hair?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
That's what you're trying to find out. Maybe I give you a short little pencil to use for black hair.
Like some people use, they put gray hair.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mommy.
Yeah, older people do have gray hair. So they can express themselves aptly and can express their feelings and their emotions. The other thing is that they can understand and they can be empathetic with other people. That's another reason as to why you want to help teach your children emotional intelligence. You want to help them. You see, the thing about emotional intelligence is that it helps determine character, right? You have assertive, patient, sociable, driven, determined children if they have a great emotional intelligence. If they don't, then they're possibly bossy, distracted, egotistical, critical, and all of those negative character traits that we don't want inside our children. So knowing that emotional intelligence helps build your child's character and help build different facets of your child's character, it's important that you help your child know, identify, monitor, express and control their own behavior, but also handle other people's behavior. So those are the reasons as to why I think it's important for children to build emotional intelligence, and how then it's our role as parents to help our children to do that. Now, again, like I've done for most videos, I want you to be aware of why it's very difficult for you to teach your children emotional intelligence. And most of the ones, I think you've realized it now, for most of us, there's certain things that we can't teach our children because we don't have them. So some of us, and we're never trustworthy, so how can we teach our children trust or build a relationship of trust with them? And now this is another case where if you're an empty well, how can you provide water? So you have to have emotional intelligence yourself for you to be able to help teach your children to have emotional intelligence. And that's one of the reasons why it's very difficult to teach our children emotional intelligence, because we don't have it ourselves. We don't know how to control our own behavior. And they see it. You've gotten annoyed in office, they come and do something that they did yesterday that you forgave them for, but then today you don't forgive them for it because you're upset with what happened in office. So how they can tell that you're not really good with your own emotional intelligence. So how do you help them with their own emotional intelligence? And that's why it's very hard to teach it. But also, secondly, we're also very innately selfish. We think about ourselves and don't think about other people's emotions and how what we do affects their emotions. And so we don't know, like even when we're working with our children, we're dealing with how they affect our feelings and our emotions, and not necessarily the vice versa. What are you doing then? How is it affecting them? We don't think about that. So that's another reason why it's very hard, because we are innately selfish. The third thing is we are living right now in a world of that encourages this selfishness, this self-love, this self-indulgence, this myself, where you did great, good job, and everything is all good. And yet sometimes maybe you didn't do a great job and you did affect somebody's behavior by virtue of the fact that you did something that affected their feelings and emotions. So being able to teach your children emotional intelligence is very hard, because that's the world that they are living in. Now what's up? No, baby. You can't be acting like that and you tell me there's nothing going on. Yeah, but then should that make you throw yourself over? No. No, it doesn't make you throw yourself over. Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean you can't make it right. Are we good? Right? Good job. See what I did? Good job. What good job? She was supposed to just color, right? What's a good job, right? Anyway, we're living in a world of good job, great work. There we go. Good for you. And then we're really allowing people to self-indulge even a little further. And they're not looking at other people. They're just looking at themselves. The fourth, anyway, I've lost track why it's hard. It's because of the internet and social media. Because there's a lot of pretentious feelings and emotions on social media, we emulate those emotions, we emulate those feelings. We have no idea. It's very, we're not cognizant of it because it's in the subconscious, right? We see people happy, we see people in a certain way on social media, and then it reflects back on us. And so because of that, it's very hard for us to teach our children certain emotions, because even we don't know what emotions we're feeling like. The next thing is we have been raised in a place where all we know how to do is to recognize negative emotion. Like, we only recognize negative emotion, like when our children are angry, when they're upset, when they're disappointed. That's when we see. We don't see it when they're happy, when they're excited, when they have joy. When we don't see that. Like, when that is happening, we just leave it there. We're just like, oh yeah, let them handle themselves. But then negative emotions is what brings us up and makes us want to discipline them, because we have a thing of just only recognizing the bad as people. We don't recognize the great. We don't recognize the good. So yeah, we are very good at that, because now that's when we are ready to punish. Anyway, that's us. But for some parents, they don't recognize emotion at all. Whether they're happy, whether they're sad, they're just laissez-faire parents. And so how can you teach emotional intelligence if you as a parent cannot tell whether there is your child is going through any emotions, right? Are you bored, baby? You're resting. Okay. Do you want to lie down? Or do you want to stay seated up? You want to stay seated up? Okay. Can you come closer to me? Is that good? All right. Okay. So some parents don't recognize any emotion at all anyway. So what's that about, right? And how can you teach children emotional intelligence if you don't recognize any emotion anyway, right? So that's some of the reasons as to why I think it's very difficult for most parents to help their children build emotional intelligence, help their children know, identify, monitor, express, and control their emotions and handle other people's emotions. So, the big question, how to help our children practically build emotional intelligence, right? You want to sleep? No? Okay. Help our children build emotional intelligence. Practical stuff. So I'll start with the first one, which is build your own emotional intelligence. Know, identify, be in connection with yourself, that you might know the emotions that you're going through. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you disappointed? What are your own emotions? Find out what your own emotions are before you start trying to help a young person, a young child, to recognize their own emotions and to control them. Learn to control your own behavior. You have emotional intelligence. Control your own behavior. Handle other people's behavior. How are you going to be emotionally intellectual? Or what is it? Yeah, that. Build your own emotional intelligence so that when you do, the next thing that you want to do is to teach your children emotions. Many of us, when a child goes through an emotion, we can't tell what emotion it is, and so we don't know how to teach our children what emotion is. We need to be able to lay out all kinds of emotions. Are they happy or are they excited? Which of the two just happened? Are you able to tell the difference? Are they sad? Are they disappointed? Are they angry or are they upset? Because those are 4 different emotions and they're shown differently. Are you able to tell so that you can teach your child those emotions? So that they can know the pattern of how do they feel like when they are disappointed? How do they feel like when they are upset? What emotion leads to another? When do they feel sad? When do they feel lonely? Teach them the basic emotions. So that then when they're going through an emotion or a feeling, you're able to talk to them and they're able to say to you, no, I'm upset. Where you say, oh, are you disappointed that I didn't come? And they say, no, I'm actually sad that you didn't come. Those are 2 different emotions. So to be able to help teach your children what their emotions are is important in the steps of helping them to learn emotional intelligence. The third thing that you want to do, and this one's a hard one for most parents, allow your children to share their emotions. Allow your children to express their emotions. Allow your children to experience their emotions. Are they ashamed? Are they pitiful? Are they sad? Like, allow your children to express their emotions. So that now that they know what the emotion is and what it means, they're now fully able to express them, right? And we're going to talk a bit more about this expressing their emotion, because you want them to be aware of that emotion and then be able to verbalize that emotion. And the next step that you want to do as a parent to help your child be emotionally intelligent is to validate that emotion, to validate that feeling, to say, I understand you're upset. I can see you're ashamed. I can tell that you're disappointed. I see, because they've been able to recognize and be aware of that emotion and then be able to verbalize that emotion so that you might be able to validate them for that emotion. Because you see, guys, there is nothing wrong with being angry. You and I get angry. Why do we think children shouldn't get angry? Even if it's their fault. Because it happens to you and I. We do something wrong, then we get upset, right? So why don't we allow our children to go through those very same emotions? Why don't we allow them to go through those same feelings, right? Which leads me to the next step on helping your children build emotional intelligence. Model emotional intelligence. Let them be able to see that you're upset, to see that you get vulnerable, to see that you get disappointed, to see that you're sad, to see that you're ashamed, to see the emotions, to see you go through the very same emotions that they go through, so that you may be able to talk with them through those emotions. To say, if they ask you, how was your day? You don't just say fine if indeed you're upset or you're angry with your boss. To say, my day wasn't really well. It wasn't great because I'm upset with my boss. He did something that led to X, Y, and Z, and that got me upset. They need to realize that these emotions are okay and that they happen, and they happen with mommy and they happen with daddy, so that then they learn to be able to verbalize those same emotions with you. And then when you've helped them do that, be empathetic. When you've helped them by having emotional intelligence, or being vulnerable for them to be able to see you go through these emotions, be empathetic towards them when they go through the same emotions, because you know you go through the same emotions. Be empathetic, recognize that they're going through the emotion, and Walk with them through that feeling and through that emotion, because you know they will do the same exact same thing with somebody else when they see their friend is upset, is sad, is going through something, right? Now, the next step you want is, and I guess for many people they were going to ask this question, where does discipline come in, right? Where do you stop, or how do you help them handle a certain emotion? So I want to tell you about them self-regulating through their emotions takes time, right? Because even for you, it's taking you time to know what to do when you're angry and when you're upset, and is to breathe in and to breathe out. Help them walk through their emotions. Talk with them through their emotions. However, while all emotion is acceptable, bad behavior is not acceptable. So if they got angry and slapped their sibling, to be angry is okay. It's an acceptable emotion. However, slapping their sibling is not an acceptable behavior. It's unacceptable. Acceptable emotion, unacceptable behavior. You want to be in a place where you punish your child for unacceptable behavior. Don't punish your child for acceptable emotion. I'll say that again. Punish your child for unacceptable behavior. Do not punish your child for acceptable emotion. All emotion is good, but unacceptable behavior is not good. So learn what you're punishing for and be able to tell them and say it's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to slap your baby brother. It's okay to be upset, but it's not okay not to share, right? You need to be able to tell them. They need to understand the difference between the two. And last but not least, which is something that I want to do, and maybe you guys can join me in doing, is set up a calm space, especially for the negative emotions. Set up a calm space where children can sit, where if they're going through a negative emotion, they can talk to somebody about it, they can talk to you, they can redirect negative behavior. Immediately they feel angry, immediately they feel upset, immediately they feel disappointed, immediately they feel sad. Tell them to go to the calming spot, to the calming place where they can sit down, read a book, play a toy, whatever, before they do something wrong, before they engage in unacceptable behavior. And guess what? I'm finally done with this video. How did your coloring go? What's up? The what? The video took a little time. Okay. What are you feeling? You just sad. It's okay. I understand that you're sad.
Only this day took way too much, the other end took too much. Now, like, what if it took
So I can't hear you because you're crying. So do you want to first calm down, then explain to me what's going on?
Because today it took a little time. I think it took a long time.
So you're sad because Blake's video took a long time and your video has taken a short time. Okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, baby.
It was about to finish my coloring.
Oh, so you're actually sad that happened and upset because you weren't able to finish painting your picture.
Just because I was just put this and this and you that's when I wish it finished.
Yeah, and you know now I can't hear you because you're still crying. You still need to calm down. Okay? Okay? Now you want to talk to me?
Just because I was going to finish this and the board.
Okay,
That's
so
when I wish it would finish.
that's when you wished it that the video could end. Okay, that's fine. I can talk to them a bit more so that you can finish your painting. Is that fine? Okay, so you paint. So guys, I've been asked to continue this video until Bianca is done. I would like to encourage you to like, to share this video with other people so that they might, can I say something actually about this? Do you know that if you don't share this video, your child, who you're going to help to teach emotional intelligence, might get married to somebody else that doesn't know how to have emotional intelligence? It actually might help to take this time as Bianca finishes coloring to share this video. You just never know. You might share it, and a parent of a child whose child will marry yours in future can help their children to have emotional intelligence. So like and share this video. Remember to hit the notification bell. Can you guys tell me if I should do some vlogs for you, like some weekly vlogs? Maybe I should, right? Tell me in the comment section if this is one of the things. What you want to see in my weekly vlogs? Is it what I eat in a day? Is it my outfit of the day? Is it my entire week and what I've done the entire week? What I've been able to accomplish the entire week? Share with me. Tell me what you'd like to see in my vlogs. So like, share, comment. It's so nice when I hear from you guys, when I can reply, when I can respond to you. It's really nice to engage with you guys. So please take the time to like, comment, subscribe. Also is another thing. So there's so many of you that are viewing the videos. Take the time to subscribe to the channel. It would be such an honor. It would be really great if you guys can subscribe to the channel. Remember also that the foundation of everything that I'm talking about is off of my book, Stop, Listen to Your Child Think, that is available in all bookstores. Right now available in all bookstores of Uganda and at the Book Hub in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, but also available on Amazon. And we can also have it delivered to you via SafeBorder and also via Jumia. So all of those links I shall leave in the description box. As you get ready and as you get prepared for the Genius Child Parenting Mastermind that will be running starting 1st July, you know, let's come and let's learn together on the different aspects that I've learned in raising or finding out the genius in your very own child. How far are we, Bianca? Oh, I've seen you put the sun. You've added the sun. Oh, now you're doing the clouds. Okay, so we're left with the clouds and the sheep, right? Is that a sheep or a boat?
Boat.
It's a boat, not a sheep. Okay.
A sheep carries like some people.
Yeah, a boat does it?
Yeah, but a carrier, it carries some cars, but I don't remember.
Yes.
Do you remember when it carried our car?
Yes, a sheep can carry a car. Yeah,
But
big
a boat
ships like
can't.
no, a boat can't. Most boats can't.
But if it put our car, it could sink.
Yeah.
Actually, all cars it could sink.
Yeah, it could sink. I understand. Do you need some help painting your boat? Can I help you? What color is it going to be?
Black, your favorite color.
Black, my favorite color. Okay.
You could put black here.
Okay.
Actually, you can put it there.
I can put it here. Okay. Do you want to say goodbye to the people as we finish?
I want to first color.
You want to first finish. Okay. Let's color. Oh, okay. So the top of the boat is that color. Okay. I finished my black coloring. Okay. Okay.
Brown.
Okay. And remember to say thank you to these guys for being patient with us. Okay. Okay. Let's say goodbye now that we've finished. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We love you. See you next week.
Look.
Hold it up. Real up. Yeah. Okay. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Mwah.